Interestingly, this got a sequel after more than 2 decades. I'm here for it though, cause it's nice to have some friendly competition between Mario and Kirby. In this video, I will discuss what makes them different and which one comes out on top. From the get-go, the controls in this game are even simpler than in Mario Kart, but that's not a bad thing. You don't press a button to accelerate, you go automatically. You only use the stick to move left or right or to spin. There are only 2 buttons you use. A is using corners to charge boost, as well as using abilities you copied. Y is used to drop any ability you have gotten. When it comes to getting abilities or inhaling enemies, you have to get close to them. The mechanics of the game, however, are quite in-depth and distinct. Causing damage to your foes or NPCs gives you a boost. There are a lot of abilities you can get that fit your playstyle or objective. I won't go into all of them, nevertheless I discuss some of the more interesting ones. Sword is perfect if you want to do close combat and attack someone from behind. Plasma, you can charge a big beam. Fire allows you to throw flames or spin into a fireball. Jet gives you a speed boost while you're last. Finally, the best one. Fighter. It allows you to fight close and do a ranged attack by charging. There is no blue shell in this game, but there is a bullet bill in the form of a UFO that is quite fast and can launch a large range attack. Another way to go faster is to follow the trail left by someone ahead of you. Being in the air also charges a boost that activates when you land successfully. There is a meter that once failed allows for a special that varies depending on the character. For example, Kirby does a Mega Sword attack, and King DDD uses his hammer to go faster. All of this essentially summarizes how Air Ride works. It's a fun mode with mechanics that set it apart from Mario Kart. There is a total of 18 courses. 9 are brand new and 9 are remade from the original game. A pretty decent amount of courses for this mode. My 3 favorite courses are Siberian Highway, Waveflow Waters, and a spoiler track I explain in a bit. Siberian Highway features a cool cyber theme with you hitting switches at the start to open pathways. You navigate roads that eventually disappear, and there's a cool split path that lets you grow or shrink. For a beach themed race, Waveflow Water stands out a lot. The ocean is spread apart in some portions. These beautiful tracks are formed from water, and a large tide that has formed these water rings. The spoiler track is this game's Rainbow Road. It's a bit different, happening in a cool place, and it's very cinematic. There are still a decent number of obstacles and turns you have to do. The worst course is easily Nebula Belt, because it's just you racing with 0 obstacles and very few turns. Air Ride is enjoyable, and there's no luck involved. Some people will enjoy it more than Mario Kart because of that, and that's perfectly reasonable. I prefer Mario Kart World's tracks because they are more interesting, and with the moves that you have, there are a lot of cool shortcuts you can do. The next mode, Top Right, has you racing in more miniature courses in an eagle's eye view. In this mode, and during certain stadium events, you have the option at any time to move in any direction you want with your stick, or turn by moving the stick left or right. Otherwise, everything, including mechanics and copy abilities, is the same as Air Ride. The number of courses is 9. Easily the best course is Flow. Flow has a decent number of obstacles such as waves that can slow you down, these boats that move and block your path, and these geysers that send you up. The other tracks are good, but not particularly memorable and don't present many obstacles aside from numerous turns. The worst course here is Nova, as it is the simplest and has fewer obstacles than the others. Top Right is my least favorite mode in the game, and even though you do play it differently, there's not much depth here compared to the other modes. Easily the best mode in the game is City Trial. It's chaotic and random, yet it requires skill. You have 5 minutes to obtain stat boost you want and the vehicle you desire. Vehicles in this game change up how you play, and that's nice. I will mention some. Wheelie Bike has tighter turning but can glide. Wagon Star has higher stats that cost no boost. Swerve Star, you can only change directions when boosting. Transform Star, you can change between flying and bike mode anytime by spinning. Any of the vehicles is viable in some way or form for other modes or stadiums that occur once the 5 minutes are up. Characters also affect how vehicles function through certain aspects of their stats and abilities. Susie has this glider that gets you more airtime after going over a ramp. Terraza has his web, which you can use to navigate tight turns and curves. A smart way to encourage people to experiment with everything. This game has a total of 21 characters, way more than the original game. Throughout City Trial, random events occur, such as boss battles, races, fighting derbies, and more, that reward you with valuable prizes for winning. Some exclusive vehicles for this mode require you to collect parts to assemble them. Health is also added for vehicles, so when it goes down you lose your vehicle and you have to find another one. The map itself for City Trials is well designed, and it's easy to get anywhere you want to go, with rails that quickly transport you to desired locations. Stadiums themselves are numerous, including drag races, Kirby Melee, Rail Panic, bosses, skydive, air glider, and more. It's very well designed, allowing anyone to win regardless of their stats by letting them pick any available stadium. All 3 modes are playable online, and the online experience is smooth. I have no issues, except that it can take some time to find a match. Luckily, they made it so you can practice while you're waiting, so that's awesome. There is also a ranking system and events that switch things up, such as this one, where you are part of a team in City Trials and work together to win. Even better, you can obtain rewards by participating in the events. This game has features that Mario Kart World does not, which I will mention as we go along. For example, this game's story mode, called Road Trip, is something I wish Mario Kart World had from the start. Road Trip has you completing challenges in all 3 modes. You can pick any of the 3 options given. Winning earns you currency that you can use in the store or buy a retry every time you fail. In this mode, you have a health bar that once it runs out automatically ends the challenge you're doing. So you're required to pick a challenge that won't put you at risk of retiring. Rest spots automatically refill your health, so you don't always have to stick to top ride or air ride races. The challenges themselves can range from finding and opening chests to turning races, defeating rivals, beating the time limit, surviving, completing gourmet tasks, and more. At specific points on the road, you can avoid doing the challenges to open chests for stat boosts, get power-ups, or get the ability to instantly skip a challenge. At specific points, you can even unlock other vehicles to use, and you can even change vehicles after losing or leaving a rest area. There are multiple paths you can take, so the replay value is there. The lore of this game is interesting, and the final bosses are very well done. Just keep in mind that you need to complete a new game plus to see the true ending. You also get the super hard difficulty option for new game plus. I do have a bit of an issue with the difficulty. Sometimes there's an unexpected gimmick that screws you over, and you have to start over at the beginning or in the middle. Alternatively, there might be a boss you have to fight that you don't have the right vehicle for, as in this instance where I failed. Then I had to redo that portion again with another vehicle. This was a minor issue I encountered, otherwise the difficulty was fair. The bosses themselves are another thing Mario Kart World should have had. They are very well designed and have different patterns to avoid, and you can use the copy abilities against them. Like every Sakurai made game, you unlock stuff via the checklist. It's an excellent system that rewards you for doing anything in the game with characters, stickers, tracks, and money. You can even use a checkmark to skip a challenge you don't want to do, even though a checkmark appears in the picture, but you can take it off by doing the challenge. You won't need to do this often, as you can adjust the game settings to make the task easier. There are some basic, tedious tasks to do. Nevertheless, they don't take long. Compared to Mario Kart, you can actually customize your car with stickers you earn, along with repaints and accessories you can buy in the Mario store. You can even get some customized vehicles made by people online, as well as costumes you can get for characters, and you can even buy headgear for them. Once the entire checklist is filled, you receive a celebratory video celebrating whatever mode you're finished, and for road trip, a drawing. I will say what you get for doing everything is somewhat limited, given how random some of the checklist objectives for city trials and online are. Unfortunately, I won't be able to cover what it is because it takes forever. For this review, I played 35 hours of Kirby Air Riders. I will continue to do so, especially with completing all of the achievements in city trials and online checklists, ranking up, and participating in those fun events. There are some things I would have liked to be longer, such as road trip. While having a decent amount of replay value, it doesn't take long to beat, even when you do 2 playthroughs. Modes like Churning or Time Race should also be played online in ranked mode. These issues are not significant, and I'm surprised at how many problems here compared to Mario Kart World, which is missing features that 8 Deluxe had, such as custom lobbies, Mario Kart TV, and more. Considering the game costs $80 without the bundle, this is a notable difference. At that price point, the game should have included more content. Kirby Air Riders at $70 is more worth it. From what I've seen of the original Air Rider, it has improved everything, and most of the features have carried over, except for the original top right courses. The game gets an 8.5 out of 10. I highly recommend this game to anyone due to its excellent progression system, diverse modes, online ranking, unlockables, and events that will make you want to play the game frequently. That's all I have to say about this game. Thank you all for watching.